What's up, beautiful people? It's your boy Chase, and this is Cute Boy Behavior, where I teach you how to do your own cuts, your own braids, your own twists, your own fades. So if you digging the braids and the fade right now, stay tuned, and I'm gonna teach you how to get the look. And as always, if you learn something, like, share, definitely subscribe. Let's go. All right, so right here, giving my head a light little scratch to go ahead and lift the dandruff up. I don't know about you guys, but my dandruff is like a northern snowstorm. So I've been using Sulfur Aid and Head and Shoulders for the last 2 years to go ahead and keep this dandruff under control. And I tell you, it's been a blessing to me, man. So let's go ahead and get into these tools. Starting from the left to the right, we got the rat tail comb. We're going to be using that for parting. We got the fine tooth comb, also to help with parting, the wide tooth comb for hair stretching, and of course we got our brushes. Brushes are going to be important to the braiding and the fading, okay? Now as you see, my hair is washed, it's clean, scalp clean. We're going to go ahead and give it a nice little towel dry. Now I'm not going to dry it all the way out. Definitely don't want to have my hair all the way dry because I'm going to use the wide tooth comb to detangle and stretch the hair. So this right here is going to be our heat protectant. Now the reason why we're going to do the heat protectant is because we're going to blow dry to stretch the hair. You want to do like a dime or maybe a quarter size amount depending on how thick your hair is, and just run it through your hair. I promise you it is enough. Now as far as the stretching process, you want to use the wide tooth comb and go ahead and comb through that to stretch the hair out. Now I didn't get the video of me blow drying it, but basically just take the wide tooth comb through it as you're blow drying and stretch the hair out. So let's go ahead and get into some fundamentals of braiding. Now you got to know the basics before you even attempt this. So you're going to take one strand, cross it over the other, take your finger, reach and grab the underside, right? Then you want to take that and cross it over to the next strand, right? Take that finger and reach under and grab the other side, okay? And then you just repeat as you're coming down, okay? So, yeah, because I don't know any other basic way to explain this, man. You're just going to take 3 strands and just cross them things over, man. That's really the best way for me to tell you. So, if you have not grasped that, you might need to go ahead and play that over again and again until you get that concept. Now, the reason why that is important is because that's pretty much what we're going to do, except for this time, we're going to be going back and grabbing hair as we go back. Now this is just a rough draft braid. I'm just gonna show you pretty much how you use the tail end of your rat tail comb for your parting and separating the hair, and then we're gonna get into how to braid. Now you want to use like a rubber band if you have one. I suggest like a scrunchie band because it's less tension on the hair, less breakage. Alright, so we got our section parted out, right? You want to go ahead and grab the front little piece, right? You don't want to grab a whole lot, but you want to take that, and I split mine into 2 pieces, okay? You grab your 2 pieces, right? And you're going to cross these 2 pieces. Then you reach back, and you're going to grab a small section of hair. And then you want to reach under and grab the other section and pull to the back. Now see how I'm taking my fingers and going in between and grabbing another little section of hair, pulling that piece out, twisting that over, and reaching back to grab another section. And you pretty much want to keep doing this, but as you do this, you want to bring your hands towards the back of your head. Now I'm going to put another clip in here, giving you guys another angle. Hopefully this is a better angle for some of you. we'll touch on these products. You're going to be using this Murray Natural Lock molding paste. We'll use that for our braids. We're also going to be doing the edge wax. We're going to use that to make our parts look good. And then we'll do the sulfur 8 as a way of trying to cut down on the itching. So I'm really hoping that this insert of this second angle helps you guys see what I'm doing to grab. But we're gonna get into the edge wax. Now the edge wax, you want to take that and you want to put that on your finger, like so. You want to twirl your finger around in there, get you a decent amount, but you don't have to use a tremendous amount of this stuff, right? Now in the line of the part, you want to take this and run it through on both sides of your part. Now this is gonna make your sections look neat, and it's also gonna help you get straighter lines, okay? So you want to do your rough draft line, put you some edge wax on both sides of your rough draft line, and then after you get all of that done and smoothed, you don't have to make it tremendously smooth right now. You want to take your rat tail comb and you want to, just run it through, clean your line up, okay? See how that line is looking a whole lot better right there? Yes, you can take your time. Nothing wrong with taking your time right here. You definitely want the lines in your part to look as neat as possible. So as you see, I'm kind of extra when it comes to these parts. Especially in the front. Now in this part, it's real good to have a second mirror. Now, as you're gonna see in this thing, I'm gonna be looking over to the side a little bit, checking out my second mirror, but it's real good to have a second mirror. That second mirror is gonna allow you to see behind you, man. It's gonna allow you to see other angles. And like I said, it's good to have that scrunchie. Go ahead and pull all of the hair out of the way. And so pretty much as you go back, same thing. Go ahead and take that edge wax, which is pretty much like edge control. Lay that on both sides of your part. And if you can, try to clean up the back as much as possible. Now, as you see, we're going to grab the comb again. We're going to use the comb end of it and use that to help smooth out the edge control, okay? Now, we're going to take our braiding molding paste. You want to use a good little finger swirl amount of it. Take that, rub it in between your hands, and you want to run that through the hair that you're going to be doing your cornrow with, okay? Then we're going to take a little bit of the edge wax again, and we're going to use that on the very front of the braid, okay? Now, you want to do the same steps. Take a small part, go ahead and cross these two pieces. Then you want to take your finger, and we're going to reach back, grab, and we're going to cross it over. Reach under, grab the other strand, okay? And then as we lift up, we're gonna reach back, grabbing some hair with the middle strand, and we're gonna keep doing this until we get all the way back. Now, I understand this might not be a great angle. However, if you need to rewind to the earlier part of the clip, feel free to do so, man. It's definitely going to take practice, you know. You're not going to get this thing jumping at the gate. Honestly, how I learned how to braid my hair was totally on accident. But that's another conversation for another clip. Now, as we go down this thing, you know, you definitely want to keep your hands in the same place. I hope my elbows are not ashy, are they? Okay. You want to keep your hands in the same place, and you want to go ahead and do this as you're going all the way down. So you kind of got to use a little bit of memory when it comes to how to move your hands. Now, I'll tell you this. Practice braiding your front first. So if your hair is long enough at the back where you can braid the front and just brush the back up into like a bun or a ponytail, definitely, you know, try that out. After you get, you know, the motion of the hands and stuff down pat, it makes it a whole lot easier when it comes to cornrowing all the way to the back of your head, because it definitely takes, you know, a little bit of like muscle memory, because you're not really going to be able to see back there. You're not really going to be able to see back there. But yeah, but basically, you know, you take those two pieces, split it into, reach back in the middle. You want to treat the hair that's laying in the hair that's laying in the section as your middle strand. And as you braid, you're going to just reach back, pinch a little bit of hair for your middle strand of your braid. Now, there will be some times as you're braiding that you're going to have to take your hand and you're going to have to feed some of the hair back over to the side. As you see, I'm reaching in and I'm bringing the hair back over to the side. There's going to be some times that you're going to have to do that, especially when braiding to the back, because a lot of times as you're going back, you can miss some hair in your sections. Now, as you see, I'm about to grab a rubber band. Now, I know I didn't mention this earlier. Don't know how I overlooked that. But if you can get some little black rubber bands, take that and you can use that to close your ends. You don't have to wrap it too many times, because remember, rubber bands can create breakage on your hair. So you don't want to have it too tight. Just tight enough to hold your braids together, okay? Alright, so we got 2 done. 2 more to go. Now, before we finish everything, I typically like to do the very last braid before I complete the one that's in the middle. This kind of helps me get an idea of, you know, symmetry and everything. Now, once you get that last braid done, you know, of course, you know, that'll help you decide how much hair you need to use for your middle braid, or if you need to take some hair out of that to make your last braid look a certain way. Now, as you see, you know, I chose to make my one in the middle a little bit thicker and take that very last braid and slightly curve it around. Of course, you know, you can make that decision based off of your skill set. Now, for me, I take a little bit of the Pump It Up. This is like holding spray. Spray it in my hands, just real lightly, and lightly tap it on the braid. Now you want to lightly rub this on your braid. Do not rub it hard, because you don't want to get any of the loose hairs up. Now this right here is going to help keep the flyaway hair, the little frizzy hairs that have broken off. This is going to help them stick to your braid, stick to the edge control and the molding paste to kind of give you a smoother look. Then, you know, of course, you want to tie it up. Get you a good old do-rag, tie that thing up for the night if you can, and go ahead and sleep tight. get ready for the morning time, and I promise you, you're gonna look right. Alright, well, this definitely concludes part 1, which is the braiding. And stay tuned for part 2, which is where we touch into doing your own fade. Now, as you can see, I've definitely changed my look since this video. So if you are liking this style, definitely subscribe, man. I got plenty of looks. I got plenty of looks and plenty of tutorials coming to you guys. As always, be sure to like. You can comment if you got questions, you know. I'm friendly. Don't I say friendly? And definitely subscribe, man. One love, but much love. I appreciate all of you, man. Be safe. Stay healthy out there.